On this week's show, The Witcher bewitches Netflix, The Dark Crystal darkens Netflix, you can see where this is going, and D&D is annihilated. Oh, okay. Hello and welcome to the Fancy News Show from the Bottled Imp. My name is Ken Boyter and this is your weekly fix of fantasy goodness. First up, voting for the shortlist of the David Gemmell Awards is now open. There are 3 different types of awards to vote on. There's the Legend Award, which is for the best fantasy novel. There's the Morning Star Award, which is for the best debut fantasy novel. That's good. Novel, obviously. And the Ravenheart Award for best fantasy novel cover artwork. The winners will be announced at the presentation ceremony on the evening of Saturday the 15th of July as part of the Edgelit 6 convention at the Quad in Derby in the UK. To vote, you simply have to go to www.gemmellawards.com where you can see the shortlists, and all you have to do is click on the ones that you would like to win and then you click submit on the vote buttons. It's all very clear. Netflix have announced that they are bringing The Witcher to the small screen. The Witcher started life as a series of fantasy novels by Polish writer Andrzej Sapkowski. I think I did a pretty good job there. Before turning into a number of critically acclaimed video games. Plus there is also a board game there of The Witcher out there too. Sapkowski said he's on board as a creative consultant on the series, which is obviously good news. He stated, "I'm thrilled that Netflix will be doing an adaptation of my stories, staying true to the source material and the themes that I have spent over 30 years writing." Filmmaker Tomek Baginski, best known for his Oscar-nominated animated short The Cathedral, is also involved, along with Jarek Sorko. There we go. Both Baginski and Sorko belong to Polish visual effects studio Platig Image, which was responsible for the CGI intros for the Witcher video games. So there's a bit of history there. They should all know what they're doing with this series of books. There are no other details though. It is very exciting news. I do know it's got a big popular following, The Witcher, and I'm very tempted to start reading the novels. Netflix has also announced a television series of The Dark Crystal. Yes, they have said they are bringing back Jim Henson and Frank Oz's classic dark fantasy 1982 film The Dark Crystal as a television series. And the best bit is that there's going to be puppets there as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to go too heavy on the CGI. Going to go back to the old-fashioned puppeteering. The new series is titled The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance and will begin shooting in the autumn with Lois Lederer in charge. Apparently, the 10-episode series takes place decades before the original film and will include brand new state-of-the-art creatures created by Jim Henson's Creature Shop and Brian Fold, the conceptual designer and artist behind The Dark Crystal. If you've seen any of his actual rough sketches and his artwork, that goes into creating, the storyboards and the look and the feel of all the film, any of Brian's work, it is amazing. I would recommend going to his website if you haven't done so already. There's a new teaser trailer for the new series which you can watch on YouTube. Plus, we have actually reviewed the film version, The Dark Crystal, so you can check that out, and I'll be putting that link in the description of this episode. Stream of Alienation is a 2-day event focusing on fan video streaming of Dungeons and Dragons. D&D publisher Wizards of the Coast have invited a number of D&D streamers and Illuminatis to Seattle, Washington, which is obviously in the USA, to hang out and roll some dice on June the 2nd and 3rd. Those streamers invited include the good people from Miss Clicks, Maze Arcana, Critical Role, Dice Camera Action with Chris Perkins, Yogcast's High Rollers, and Dragon Friends. It's all in celebration of the new D&D storyline that is being released this September, and you'll be able to watch some of the event via the Twitch platform. To find out more and exactly the schedule, you can go online and visit their website link, which is www.dnd.wizards.com / there we go, stream of Alienation. And again, I'll put those links into the description. Ever fancied living in Castle? Of course you have. All you have to do is move to Italy. Yes, thanks to a new scheme by the country's government-run state property agency, Italy is giving away 103 castles, towers, inns, farmhouses and monasteries for free. Yes, free. Can you believe that? There is a little catch though, as you probably would suspect. The properties are all run down and disused, and you'll have to transform the building into facilities for pilgrims, hikers, tourists and cyclists, according to Roberto Reggi from the State Property Agency. The idea is to boost tourism into the 8 historic districts. Apparently these districts run along the beautiful coastline and through the stunning countryside all the way down to Sicily. So I would imagine you have to be quick about this, because there's going to be a lot of people that want this. If you are interested, you have to submit a proposal via their website describing how you plan to transform the location into a new international beauty spot. The application period is open until June the 26th, and special preference is given to people under 40. Under 40, in order to foster young entrepreneurs. Well, there we go. I have put a link of this description if anybody is actually interested. At the moment it's all in Italian, but it does say coming soon, English version. So who knows, maybe there will be a few English speaking people taking them up on the offer. To apply, well, I won't. I'll tell you now because it's a long link, but it is in the description. Kickstarter news. War of the Nine Realms is a medium strategy combat game for 2 to 4 players from Wotan Games. Their game is a tile-based tactical skirmish game based on the realms of Norse mythology. Each realm is comprised of unique Norse characters and their wondrous abilities. The game allows you to pit these against others in a bid to claim total victory. The victors will reshape the world in their own form. Who doesn't want to do that, eh? Each realm has a choice of heroic or epic playstyles that focus on either raw power or tactical advantage. Heroic has simple abilities but is hard-hitting. Epic adds advanced abilities and lore-based content. The overall game is a balance between heroic and epic styles together. They have the full rules for you to download, plus you can also download and print off a 2-player version to see if you like it. They've got lots of stretch goals and social goals as well to unlock. And there's also our interview that we did of Lawrence, who is the head guy of Wotan Games, at last year UK Games Expo on their page as well, so check that out. The campaign finishes on the 18th of June. Adeliane is the 4th album from role-playing creators Shadows of Esteren. Shadows of Esteren is a role-playing game set in a medieval world with horrific and gothic overtones in a dark, low fantasy setting. Adeliane will be recorded by the Budapest Symphonic Orchestra under the direction of Franco, Russolo. It contains 12 tracks, including 4 with the vocal talents of Clarice May. The campaign also features Melwan, which is a source book of Shadows of Esteren, and Yildain, a 16-page graphic novel. It does look quite cool. They've put up the images of the graphic novel, and you can also listen to samples of the music. It's beautiful. I would thoroughly recommend you check that out. Plus, the campaign will also help fund the 2017-2018 tour, so they're going to be touring around with the music. So far, 3 dates are planned for 2017. They are the UK Games Expo, which is the 3rd of June. Also, Essen Spiel, which is obviously in Germany, October the 27th. And there's one last one in France, but the details of that have yet to be released. It's nearly funded, and it finished on the 29th of May. House of Fear is a 24-page standalone Lovecraftian comic aimed at children, but with adults in mind. Written by Lovecraftian scholar Brandon Burrows, House of Fear, The Grumple Downs Gang and the Case of the Mail Order Soloths, I think that's how you pronounce it, to give it its full title, if I could, features adventure, mystery and monster fighting action. The story is about when young Ben received a package of grow-your-own monsters. When his science teacher flushes them down the toilet, the school is overrun with huge tentacled monsters with eyes all over the place. Sounds a lot of fun. Ben and friends must find a way to defeat the beasts before they destroy the school. It's kids versus Slogoths, they say. The comic is 24-page full colour. It's complete and standalone story, suitable for kids aged 7 and older, printed on quality glossy paper for more durability. They have plenty of sample pages of the artwork and the comics you can read and see what sort of style it is. It does look pretty cool, and obviously they've got plenty of rewards that you can pledge on as well. It's nearly funded and the campaign finishes on the 17th of June. Bottled Imp news on this week's Friday Fantasy Show. We take a look at 2005 film Beowulf and Grendel, which was a birthday gift from the lovely Julian. So let's see if I actually liked it or not. Hey, if it was a waste of a present. Let's find out. But that's all we have time for, fellow imps. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we do have a Facebook group. Just search for the Bottled Imp Fellowship. Click on join and we'll add you in. Remember to subscribe, and if you think you know people that like fantasy, that would be into the Bottled Imp, let them know about us. Share our content. Thank you. Until next time, remember to keep it unreal, especially if you're hunting down a troll.